All right, welcome back to another episode of Barky Dog. Okay, welcome back to another episode of the Daily Grind. It's March 20th, walking up Appalong to Casaroro Falls. I don't know, I'm around a quarter of the way. It's midday noon, and it is hot. Manguto. Yeah, it's hot. It's freaking hot today, let me tell you. But I mean, we're gonna burn some fat today. So my property's up here. Let me turn it around. My property's up here on the left, just a little ways. And I think on the way back, I'll drop in and see how that's coming. And not many people know what I'm doing there, but maybe we'll talk about that today. I've kind of saved it as a surprise, but it's going to come out eventually. And I'm building a small resort. That is what it is. I'm building a house there and several cottages. So yeah, that's that. We break ground, the ground's been cleared, and we start pouring foundations and putting up the walls that encompass the grounds this week. And we're putting the driveway in. So three things are all starting in the next week, which is the driveway that goes all the way from the road. And I don't know how long that is, but it's got to be 200, 300 meters, something like that, a good ways. And then putting a fence around the property. And then starting the foundation for my house. And hopefully in 3 to 5 months, somewhere in there, our house will be ready to move into. Man, it's hot. When are they going to invent an air-conditioned suit? Because I need one. This is the way to my property right here. You can see the sign says Martin. And Martin was one of the houses, it was one of the clients that Adrian with Orange Kite Construction was developing a house for. And it's done. It's at least it's 99%. It may not be 100%, but I'm sure this month they'll get it all tightened up. And Martin's house butts up to my property. All right, check back in a little bit. Well, let's do something new today. How about the daily grievance? All right, you don't get that one very often. So, I think it's only fair to say, if you weigh the good with the bad, there's no competition, right? You can take all the bad you want with the Philippines. This is the most beautiful country and the most beautiful people. And that outweighs anything. Everything's beautiful here. The scenery is beautiful. The people are beautiful. The kids. When you walk by a kid, they wave. They smile and they wave. The kid's face light up if you just wave back. How can you not love being in a place like that where everyone's friendly? But be fair for people thinking about coming here to list the grievance. So a daily grievance. One of my annoyances is, and there's nothing anyone can do anything about, the Philippines has these tiny ants. I don't see them in the US. It's something you don't deal with. You never see them in a restaurant or in your house. If so, I never noticed. But here, if you're eating food or even in your own home, they're so small they can go unnoticed. They're tiny. They might be on your table or on your sink, and unless you like zoom in with your eyes, sometimes you'll feel something on your arm and you'll look and you'll think nothing's there. Your hair twitched or something, right? But if you look really closely, there's this teeny tiny ant. And I hate to say it, they're everywhere. Mayanguto. So that's something you got to get used to. I think you just have to accept the fact that you're going to have little insects on you from time to time. And I mean, logic would tell me they work your way into your food. But that's my grievance for today. The teeny tiny Filipino midget ants. Since we're here in my journey, Hopalong Brewing Company, let's give another shout out. I'll give them a shout out every time. It's one of my favorite places to eat. I'm usually guilty of coming here twice a weekend. Their Mexican food is top notch. My favorite is the fish tacos. And they have some artisan beers. Their beers are sold in other restaurants in Valencia. And I'm not a beer drinker. I don't like the taste of beer. But they have this apple beer, not all the time. And sometimes they have this apple cider. And apple beer is pretty good for someone who doesn't drink beer. When it's on the menu, I'll have a beer. And the apple cider is even better. So if you're not a beer drinker and you want to go there and have a drink, I recommend the apple anything. Okay, check back in a little bit. Okay, another day to the top, and I could wring this out. I don't know, probably didn't show, but my shirt is soaking wet. This is one of those days where you just want to turn around. You just want to quit. It was crazy hot at the bottom, and it just cooled off as I got higher up. Luckily now, the breeze blowing on my cold shirt, it's a little bit cool. Man, that's a workout. So it's 12:56, took just right at an hour. All right, more to come. That's how starfish dance right there.
Yeah. How starfish dance? These are hot dogs. These are hot dogs dance in the water.